Breaking news for those who haven't seen it already. The Last Ride Episode 5 documentary concludes with The Undertaker more or less retiring from in-ring competition in wrestling, announcing his retirement from WWE. A 30-year career with many amazing memories from the moment he debuted at Survivor Series 1990, becoming champion, main eventing WrestleMania, going through the epic streak, of course, of never losing at WrestleMania until WrestleMania 30, to these last few years, which we followed in the documentary over a 5-part series of what would be the perfect way for The Undertaker to finish his career. Such an amazing documentary. If you haven't seen any of it, then please go back and watch it now on the WWE Network. You will not be disappointed. But of course, a lot of this stems through The Undertaker finding that match that was happy for him to say that he doesn't need to wrestle anymore. And the match that he felt at the point where he was quite happy at the time was the tag team match at Extreme Rules in 2019. This tag team match where he teamed with Roman Reigns, taking on Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Now, he said that got a great response, and he was more or less satisfied at that point to call it. He did a one-off appearance in the ring on a SmackDown episode in September, and we got round to where he did the Broken Skull sessions, and he'd said that he would end his career on his terms, which was a belief that maybe there was another match in him. AJ Styles was able to convince and get a match with The Undertaker, and of course with the pandemic and everything, it turned into what we now seen as what was the Boneyard match. It was incredible, spectacle, one of my favourite matches throughout the calendar year that we've seen so far, and I thought at the time watching it, what an amazing way. It was a main event of that night one of WrestleMania, would be a perfect way for him to stop, and The Undertaker seemingly feels the same. He has said that he got everything he wanted out of that match, and it's time for him to spend time with his family. He has said never say never. He's under contract for another 15 years with WWE. That phone call from Vince McMahon can always come at any point, but from this point, he is happy if he's not to compete in the ring again. And I think it would be a poetic way for it to finish when he's riding off in the on the motorcycle. I thought it was a very, very nice way it was done. The way this documentary was done with all the tributes as well. For me, this has been done very tastefully. You can argue, an emotional documentary for those watching. And yeah, it's been a great career. For me, Undertaker was in the second match I ever watched against Jake Roberts at WrestleMania 8. And I knew I was watching a larger-than-life athlete at that time. The character work, and arguably the greatest character in the history of the business. And you knew you were watching someone special. And the Undertaker's entertained me throughout since that point. So the last 28 years of that I've been watching, and obviously more or less all of his career I've followed from start to finish. As the Undertaker character. So yeah, absolutely incredible. I have special memories, of course, King of the Ring 98 with Mankind being thrown off the Hell in a Cell, of course. No one can forget that. The end of the era match with WrestleMania 28 with Triple H. Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. Really the whole 4 WrestleManias, which was covered really on the Last Ride series. The 2 matches with Shawn Michaels, the second one being his retirement match. So there's a lot of great stand-up moments throughout The Undertaker's career. I'd like to know some of your favourites in the comments below, and I think it's been very well done, and I want to say thank you, Taker. Many years service, and it's not gone unnoticed. I've been thoroughly entertained throughout the time. I'm sure by looking at a lot of response from Twitter and from everywhere else, that a lot of people are very grateful for what The Undertaker's given himself over the last number of years as well. But it's time for him to spend time with his family. He's deserved it more than many. I think I wish him all the very best going forward. And you never know, we'll probably maybe see some appearances. There's no reason why he couldn't appear on TV again. He doesn't have to have a match, so maybe it's not the last time we see him come through the curtain. But certainly what looks to be the last time maybe we see him having an actual full-on match. But that's all from me anyway. The Q&A is coming up very shortly, but I wanted to do this video very quickly first. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. And yeah, The Undertaker seemingly looks to be done, retired from WWE. Who'd have thought it? Still under contract, so he can still appear. I'm assuming Hall of Fame will come as well, perhaps in the next year or so when we can get that going again. And that will be a fascinating watch when that comes about as well, and truly will be deserved. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time here on SCW. Take care.